want to make sure everybody's on the same page because some of you did not take sewing with me. Just a little less than 1/2 inch. I'm trying to go nice and slow. I'm used to that machine, and that machine's like, it purrs. This is still a basting stitch. Because if you can take it out if you decide that it's not good.
Oh, that one is slower?
That one's slower, yeah. You know what, you just have to get used to each machine you use. That's all it is, and I'm just not used to it. And I'm trying to, you know, go slow because I'm doing a curve. There we go. Got it. Okay. And you got a lot of people watching you, you know?
Yeah.
I'm trying to not mess up. Okay, so I did the curve, okay? So now I'm going to set my stitch. What do you use usually? 3, 2.5? I usually do 2.5, but each of these machines vary.
Yeah,
like that machine on the end, to do a regular stitch, you have to make it long.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that one
that
has
one
always been broken.
So it's broken. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to clip under the light so I can see it. I'm going to clip up close to the stitching about every 1/2 inch. The more curved it is, the more I have to clip. The less curved, the less clipping. Okay, so clipping is just a small cut. No, just this the jacket front.
We're not clipping the triangles?
No, this is just a clip, not a notch. A notch is a wedge that you take out on this shape. Yeah. On an inner shape, you only clip to allow it to spread.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just making sure. Now it came back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to put these right sides together, matching it at the underarm. They're very different shapes, and it's tricky to sew them together if you don't have the right clipping and stuff. Okay, so we have some notches to match. Let's see if we can find them.
So we only with the inner curve, but we don't do anything for that.
We can when we're done.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to work this around to where my notch is, which is right there. Okay, so I'm going to match those 2 notches. See that? Notch and notch.
Can you see? Oh, okay.
Those 2 notches around, see it's under the curve? There should be one above too. I just didn't see it yet.
Which 2 pieces is that?
It's a jacket front and jacket side front. We have to do these so we can do the pocket, which is what we're going to do next class at the beginning of class. So make sure you're here.
Oh, you're right. 'Cause
right?
the belt pockets go across.
Yeah. So we have to get this on here so that we can do everything we need to do. Okay, so I match the notch at the bottom. And I'm just pinning it together, matching the shape. That notch seems to be off a little bit. I wonder if that shrunk your wool a little bit more.
Is there an inch on there?
Well, the notch could be off a little bit too. So I'm going
An
to...
inch on there?
That must be your notch right there.
It could be off because I altered a lot.
Oh, okay. He altered his jacket.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
nice.
Okay, that's true. And if you didn't adjust your notches, okay. So I'll see what it is. I'll just kind of work it with my hands. Okay, so I match the notches there because we want it to be like that, and so I'll just work it up and see what we got when we get here. We got leftover. Hope not that much.
It's going to be longer at the hem on the...
Oh, I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's just the notches don't match, probably because of your adjustment. Okay, so I matched it so that the notches, so look at, there's a notch for the fold line of the hem, and that matches to the 1/4 inch seam allowance notch. Okay? I hope you guys didn't make really big cuts because you don't want it. What's that? The hem of the jacket is 1.5, and the facing only has a 1/4 inch. Okay? So now I'm working it around, and it looks like it's pretty good. There's a little extra ease in this bust area, so I'm going to take the bobbin thread now, and I'm going to pull it, and I'm just going to pull some ease into that bust area, to kind of ease it in nicely. I don't need much. That's perfect right there. So I'm going to release some of this. Okay, so I pulled some ease into this bust area, and I'm just going to keep pinning. It's worth taking the time on this because you want the bust to be beautiful. Well, I guess that makes sense. You want it to be smooth and nice, not a distraction. Actually, we don't probably even want to really notice it, because if we're noticing it, it's probably because there's something wrong. Okay, lots of pins. Pins mean control. There we go. Nice and smooth. Fill with your fingers. Make sure you have no folds underneath. Do you see how I'm checking? Always feel. Okay, one more here. Let's go. So we're going to take it now, and I'm going to stitch it with the jacket front up so I can see what's happening with my extra fabric. Okay, so place it in. Now we're going to do a full 1/2 inch. Put the needle in. This is our permanent stitch. So put your needle in. Oh, it feels like it's doing something. Hold on. Let me fix it. Decided to do something weird.